Did you know that something as simple as a vitamin D deficiency could be sabotaging your weight loss efforts, slowing your energy, and making it harder to burn fat? Did you know that over 40% of adults are deficient in vitamin D? The truth is, vitamin D is one of the most overlooked keys to metabolic health. In this video, we're exploring 6 surprising ways vitamin D boosts your metabolism and what you can do to make sure you're getting enough. I'm Dr. Jess Bilger, a board-certified nurse practitioner and functional medicine expert. I help people heal their metabolism, lose weight, and achieve long-term health with natural, evidence-based solutions. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. One of the most critical ways vitamin D supports your metabolism is by enhancing insulin sensitivity. Vitamin D acts almost like a hormone in your body, influencing how your cells respond to insulin. Think of insulin as the key that unlocks your cells so glucose can be used for energy. When vitamin D is low, your cells often ignore insulin's signal, leading to higher blood sugar levels, increased fat storage, especially around the belly, and a slowed down metabolism. This is what we call insulin resistance. Insulin resistance makes it nearly impossible to lose weight because your body is stuck in fat storage mode. But here's the good news. When vitamin D levels are optimized, your insulin receptors work better. This means blood sugar is pulled out of your bloodstream more effectively, fueling your cells instead of being stored as fat. Several studies even suggest that correcting vitamin D deficiency can significantly lower your risk of type 2 diabetes, a condition tightly linked to metabolic dysfunction. I'll link those studies below. The second way vitamin D boosts metabolism is by supporting essential hormones. Your metabolism isn't just about calories, it's also about hormones. Vitamin D plays a direct role in regulating thyroid hormones, which control how fast your body burns energy. Low vitamin D is actually associated with hypothyroidism and a sluggish metabolism. But that's not all. Vitamin D also helps regulate your appetite and curb those cravings that can derail your goals. It interacts with hormones like leptin, which signals fullness, and ghrelin, which triggers hunger. When vitamin D is low, these signals can get disrupted, leading to overeating, especially of high-carb foods that spike blood sugar and promote fat storage. Vitamin D also influences serotonin levels in the brain, which can improve mood and reduce emotional eating, which is a common issue in metabolic dysfunction. The third way vitamin D supports your metabolism is through fat-burning pathways. Your metabolism involves complex genetic and hormonal signals that decide whether you store fat or burn it. Vitamin D influences genes involved in lipid metabolism, essentially telling your body to prioritize fat oxidation, which is the process of breaking down stored fats into energy. One study highlighted how vitamin D intake increased thermogenesis, which is heat production, and fat oxidation rates, especially after meals. This means your body becomes more efficient at burning fat even at rest, which is a game changer for weight loss and a healthy metabolism. The fourth way vitamin D impacts your metabolism is by reducing inflammation. Chronic inflammation is like a metabolic roadblock. It slows everything down. Elevated inflammatory markers like CRP are directly tied to weight gain, insulin resistance, and fatigue. Vitamin D has powerful anti-inflammatory effects by calming the immune system and reducing overactive inflammatory pathways. When inflammation decreases, your cells can communicate more clearly. Your insulin works better, your mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of your cells, function more efficiently, and fat oxidation improves. In other words, vitamin D helps remove the friction in your metabolism so everything runs more smoothly. The fifth way vitamin D strengthens your metabolism is by improving muscle function and energy production. Muscles are your metabolic engines. They burn energy even while you're at rest. The stronger and healthier your muscles are, the higher your resting metabolic rate. Vitamin D is critical for muscle function because it helps regulate calcium, which is essential for muscle contraction, strength, and endurance. Deficiency is strongly linked to muscle weakness and decreased exercise performance. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Vitamin D also boosts mitochondrial function inside your muscle cells. Mitochondria are where fat is burned for energy, so better function means more efficient fat burning. This is why people with higher vitamin D levels often feel more energized and find it easier to maintain lean body mass. The sixth way vitamin D supports your metabolism is by boosting energy, mood, and motivation. We often overlook this, but mindset and energy levels are deeply tied to metabolism. Vitamin D deficiency is strongly linked with fatigue, low mood, brain fog, and even seasonal affective disorder. When you feel tired and unmotivated, it's nearly impossible to exercise regularly, prep healthy meals, or stay consistent with intermittent fasting routines. By restoring vitamin D levels, many people notice improvements in mood, mental clarity, and motivation. With more energy and drive, you naturally move more, exercise harder, and stay consistent with your nutrition, which are key pieces of long-term metabolic health. I now live in Florida, where I can walk outside in the sun nearly every day and get tons of vitamin D. But I used to live in the Pacific Northwest, where it's cloudy all the time, and the lack of sunshine and my deficient vitamin D levels were definitely noticeable in my mood and motivation. Finally, let's cover the practical playbook for optimizing your vitamin D. How do you make sure you're getting enough vitamin D? It's really straightforward and involves a multi-pronged approach, focusing on sun, food, and supplements, in that order. When I see patients, I like to see them in the 60 to 80 nanograms per mil range, because it is so important for so many things, and most people are way below where they should be. You can also get your levels tested with blood work through what's called a 25-hydroxy vitamin D test, and can order it with a medical provider or directly through a lab. It's important to retest these levels after 6 months and adjust as necessary. First and most importantly is sunlight. Your skin naturally produces vitamin D when exposed to UVB rays. Aim for 15 to 30 minutes of midday sun exposure 3 to 5 times per week, with arms and legs exposed if possible, but don't get burnt. Factors like skin tone, time of year, and latitude all affect production, so this isn't an exact science. Regardless, get out in the sun. It's free. Next, try to get some from food sources. While not many foods are naturally high in vitamin D, some excellent animal-based sources include fatty fish like salmon and sardines, egg yolks, and beef liver. These also deliver other fat-soluble vitamins and minerals that support metabolic health. Lastly, look into vitamin D supplementation. While it's ideal to get all the vitamin D you need from the sun, for most people, supplementation is necessary, especially in winter months, if you live far from the equator or you work inside all day. Start with 5,000 IUs of vitamin D3 or cholecalciferol daily, preferably with a fatty meal for better absorption. Pairing it with 100 to 200 micrograms of vitamin K2 improves absorption and directs calcium into your bones instead of the arteries. Adding 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium can also be helpful, as it's a cofactor for vitamin D activation. I've included some links in the description for some of these supplements I recommend, and you can check those out if you'd like. We've unpacked the 6 surprising ways vitamin D boosts your metabolism and how to optimize your own vitamin D levels. If you found this helpful, you might also enjoy my free metabolic health food guide, linked below. It's packed with helpful foods and strategies to help you heal your metabolism, balance blood sugar, and burn fat naturally. Have you ever had your vitamin D levels checked? And if you have optimized them, what changes did you notice in your energy, weight, or mood? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a new video. Here's to feeling your best, inside and out.